Good morning guys and welcome to Vlogmas number 10. We are in double digits, people. This is serious business, especially because today is Saturday the 18th of December, meaning that we are officially 1 week away from the big day itself. Next Saturday is Christmas and that is so soon. I can't believe it. But today I am dressed up. It's currently about 8 o'clock in the morning, so normally at this time of day I would still be in my leggings and hoodie from going to the gym, but today I've come home from the gym and gotten ready immediately because I'm going out for breakfast to celebrate my stepdad's birthday. It was his birthday on Wednesday, and so this morning me and him and my little sister are going out for brunch, and we're going to the Alchemist in Leeds, which is a restaurant I really like, but I've never had breakfast there that I can recall, and they have vegan pancakes on the menu, which I am so excited about because I find it quite rare for like normal restaurants to do vegan pancakes, and especially for breakfast the option usually tends to be avocado on toast, which is just not that exciting for me. So when I find a restaurant that does vegan pancakes, I am there in a shot. It's so exciting. So that is the first thing on the agenda this morning, and because of that I actually need to set off very soon to go and get the train over because I don't have too much time before I need to leave the house. So that's what I'm going to be doing first thing. While I'm in Leeds, I think I might also do a bit of last minute Christmas shopping. As we know, I did finish my Christmas shopping last week in terms of like everyone has their main present. However, in York there is, I'd say, like less shops than in Leeds, or like there's less variety, I suppose. So there are a few places that I haven't been able to go to while doing my Christmas shopping here that I might just like nip into and see if I can find any like other little extra pieces for people, but very stress-free because I know that I've gotten everyone's like main things covered. It's just if I see something I like, I might pick it up. So that's what's going on this morning, and like I say, I don't have much time to like do anything here before I need to leave, but I am gonna make time for a cup of tea, a very quick cup of tea though. So let's find out what is behind door number 18. Here we go. Snowball, chocolatey coconutty goodness makes the best festive tea latte. Ooh, have I had this one before? Let's check the note. I have not had it before, but the blend sounds very similar to the one that was called Fireside Snuggles, because that one was chocolatey and coconutty as well, but I really enjoyed that one, so I think I'll like this one too. So let's go make a very quick cup of tea, have a taste test, and then it's time to go. This tea smells so coconutty. I love it. Coconut is a flavour I absolutely adore, and I love coconut even more when it is paired with chocolate because I just think they are a match made in heaven. And also a match that is like unfairly judged negatively. I think someone commented a bit of Bounty solidarity the other day because I must have mentioned potentially when drinking the Fireside Snuggles tea that Bounties are my favourite, or they were one of my favourite chocolates before I went vegan, because chocolate and a delightful coconut centre, what could be better than that? And there are a few vegan alternatives to Bounties, but nothing that is quite on that level. But I just love coconut and chocolate as a combination. But so many people, especially when it comes to like ranking Christmas chocolates, say that the Bounty is their least favourite one in the celebrations tub, which used to be a massive win for me when I could eat them. But now that I'm vegan and I don't eat those chocolates, it's sad for me to see the Bounty going to waste because no one else wants it, and I think they are delicious. So whilst it's not quite a Bounty, I am very excited to try this tea because it smells like one. It's got a delightful coconut hit, and then it's just like mellowed with a bit of like creamy chocolate, and it smells so tasty. So without further ado, cheers to Bounty. That is just truly delightful. I love it. Wow. Incredible. All I'll say is I've probably got 5 minutes before I need to leave, and it's not going to be a struggle to drink this tea in that time because it is delicious. So I'm about to head over to Leeds, go out for my brunch. I haven't picked a book to read though, and normally I would read on the train, so what I might do is start listening to an audiobook, and in particular one of the festive audiobooks that I downloaded in one of the first days of December was A Christmas Carol narrated by Hugh Grant, and I love Hugh Grant. I mean, who doesn't? And A Christmas Carol, I always like to wait until it's like fairly close to Christmas to read it, because obviously it does take place on like Christmas Eve night, so I don't like to read it too early in the month, but I feel like now that we are officially 1 week out from Christmas, maybe I could give it a go and start listening to A Christmas Carol. So I may listen to that on the train, or I may just listen to Christmas music, one of the two, and I'll catch up with you later after some breakfast. So cold today, it's unbelievable, so I am very glad to be back home and in my cozy pyjamas again. However, aside from the cold, I did actually have a really fun time out today. Breakfast at the Alchemist was incredible, and I'm really glad that we decided to go for breakfast rather than lunch or dinner, because Alchemist is normally heaving with people, whereas today when we went for breakfast there was literally us and 2 other tables of people, and that was it. So it was really quiet, and to top it all off, the vegan pancakes were incredible. They came with fresh pineapple, blueberries, some dairy-free yogurt and then maple syrup, and they were so good. So I would definitely recommend them if anyone else is going to Alchemist, because they were really tasty. And then aside from that, it was also really nice to just be back in Leeds, because whilst I've gone back to like visit people and obviously have family members that still live in Leeds, I haven't actually been back to the town centre since we moved. I haven't been to the town shopping since we moved in March. So it's been ages since I've been back into Leeds city centre, and I've missed it, I have to say. Although York has a really nice charm to it, it doesn't have as many shops, and also the streets in York are really tiny because it's such an old place, which does make it look really nice when it's quiet. But when it's busy, like it is throughout the entirety of December, it's quite claustrophobic to be in town shopping in York, whereas in Leeds it was a lot more spacious. And above all else, I have missed, without a shadow of a doubt, having access to Anthropology, which is one of my favourite shops ever, and we don't have one in York, which is a constant source of disappointment to me in my life. So I went in today and I didn't even realise until I stepped through the door how much I had missed it. So I decided to treat myself to a little something. Can anyone guess what they think might be in here? Okay. I'm so excited by this self-present. It's a Santa mug! Oh my god, how cute! We went in because my stepdad and my sister were wanting inspiration for presents for me, and I ended up coming out having bought something for myself, because naturally, although this would be a great present, I couldn't get this for Christmas because then Santa would be back in the North Pole and therefore not useful for the next 11 months. So I wanted to get this and use it today. So now that I'm back at home, I do need to edit the vlog that's going up tonight, but after that, as a little special treat to reward my hard work, I'm going to make myself a hot chocolate in my new Santa mug and live my best life. So getting on with vlogging first, editing, all that jazz, and then hot chocolate time. This might be the best mug purchase of my life. I am obsessed. And it only seems right for the first drink in this delightful mug to be a beautiful hot chocolate with vegan whipped cream, and it is delightful. So very excited to drink that. I've been looking forward to that for hours because editing always takes longer than I expect. I'm always like, oh yeah, that'll be done in half an hour and then I can get on with something else. But no, it takes ages and ages, and then you export the video and of course have to leave the SD card in there, so I can never start filming anything else until the video has fully finished exporting, mostly because I had another SD card but that broke recently, so I'm down to one. So it just feels like it takes ages and ages, but I'm done now. The video is uploading, so that is ticked off the to-do list, and now I've got my hot chocolate and also some crumpets because I just opened my jam advent calendar. Today's jam is peach and mint. I've loved all of the peach ones so far, and the mint, when I opened this jar, was such a strong smell, so I'm very excited to see what it tastes like. So without further ado, let's see. Oh my god. Mint is not a flavour that I would normally put with jam in general, but that is incredible. And it's like a peach mojito, so fresh and like delicious. That is really, really good. So I'm gonna go and enjoy that, drink out of my Santa mug, and try and find something on telly to watch because I'm in the mood to watch something festive. Good morning guys, it is now Sunday the 19th of December, and as per usual I'm going to kickstart the day with my tea advent calendar, and I absolutely cannot wait to have a cup of tea this morning because I am feeling very, very tired and I think a tea is just what I need to pep me up. So door number 19. Oh, right, this is so what I need. Chocolate digestives. That sounds delightful. And Jay actually this morning, before he went out to work, had a couple of chocolate caramel digestives, which I can't have because they're obviously not vegan, but they smelt incredible. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna have to pick up some of the dark chocolate digestives from Tesco when I'm next there because they are vegan. And this, oh, what a perfect pick. So that is the tea that I'm going to be drinking, chocolate digestives. Before I make that, I wanted to talk to you about the book that I've decided to read today, and that is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. Now, I started this book back in October at some point. I think in the last couple of weeks of October, I thought, oh yeah, a sort of cozy small town murder mystery is exactly what I want. But then I had some other priorities, especially things like my Jane Austen read-alongs and things like that, and this book ended up just being pushed aside. So I read the first 50 pages or so, really enjoyed it, but just didn't have a chance to get to it, and then it kind of just got forgotten about, pushed to the bottom of the pile, and here we are 2 months later having not actually read much of this book. So I decided to pick it up this morning because just like how October seems like a good time for murder mysteries, I also feel like December kind of lends itself to cozy murder mysteries, especially of the Agatha Christie vibe, and this one definitely feels like it's going to be like that. Today is, I'm just looking outside to the garden behind me, a very, very like misty, wintry day. Like the fog is really low and it has kind of an eerie vibe. So with that in mind, I decided that this would be the perfect book to pick up today, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. So I have done a little bit of reading this morning, and like I said, I was already about 50 pages in, and I'm now on page 93. For anyone that doesn't know, the overall premise of the Thursday Murder Club is essentially that it's set in a retirement village, and we have a group of old people who form the Thursday Murder Club, and that is a club where they all meet up and discuss cold cases every Thursday afternoon, and they basically go through old records of like crimes that haven't been solved, and they try to solve them themselves. And it's all just a bit of fun, there's nothing too serious about it, until one day a murder takes place in their community and they decide to take it upon themselves to try and solve it. So the two main characters are two women called Elizabeth and Joyce. So we're sort of led by these two old ladies taking charge of this murder investigation, and it's really, really fun. They're quite like sort of like sneaky old people, and they're like sort of making use of the fact that they are perceived as like, you know, decrepit, old, not capable, and using that to their advantage to try and get even further into the investigation and solve it and kind of prove everyone wrong. So I'm excited to see where it goes. I think it's a really fun concept for a novel. I'm looking forward to doing some more reading later. Now, with that said, I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. Not even funny how nice that tea smells. If anyone else in the UK, I assume, because I'm not sure if this is a product anywhere else, but if anyone in the UK has had butterscotch Angel Delight when they were a child, which is something that like my grandma would make for me and my brother when we were younger, it smells just like that. Like sort of like sweet creamy caramel with a hint of chocolate to it, and it smells incredible. And like such a nostalgic scent, I actually can't believe it. Wow, that has taken me back because I have not had Angel Delight in literal years. So that smells delightful. Okay, let's give it a try. This just makes me so happy. This tea and the calendar in general, every single day I think I must have had the best flavour by now. It must be just like, you know, I just keep feeling as though it must have peaked, and then each day the Bird and Blend calendar keeps surprising me with even more incredible flavours, and there have just been so many good ones. I'm literally in awe every single day when I open it and try it, and I just am so happy. Like tea advent calendars. Right, Gatsby? he's clearly excited about it as well. But the tea advent calendars, I mean, obviously I love them, hence the fact that I've got 2, but they are just such a fun idea for like exploring new tea flavours. The ones in this calendar have been so incredible, and each day I'm just like blown away by how good the range of flavours are, and things that I would never even think to have in a tea, like chocolate digestives. That's not a tea flavour I would even consider, and yet it is delightful. Oh my god, I love tea, I really do. And it's quite a nice thing to be obsessed with because, you know, it's fairly simple, easy to access, not too expensive, and every time I drink a cup of tea, whether it's a plain old cup of Earl Grey or it's something crazy like a chocolate digestive tea, I just feel so much joy. So tea is incredible and I'm glad that I love it. Delightful. So on the agenda this morning, I actually don't have loads of plans today. I'm planning to have a bit of a chilled one, maybe get on with some of my Christmas wrapping because we are now T-minus 6 days till Christmas, so it's coming around quite quickly and I want to get some of my wrapping done before the end of the week. So that is on the agenda later on, but first things first, I'm heading out after this cup of tea to go and get my nails done. Now it's a bit bittersweet because my left hand, I'm going to put my tea down to illustrate this to you, my left hand is currently a thing of beauty. She is beautiful, the nails are long, they look healthy, it's wonderful. My right hand, on the other hand, is just like a war zone. My little finger, she was the first one to go, swiftly followed by this finger and this one. So I've got 2 long nails, my thumb and this ring finger, but it's looking like a disaster. And so because so many of the nails now on this hand are gone short because they've snapped, I think I'm just gonna have to cut all of the nails. So the Christmassy nail art that I was planning to get today just isn't going to work because it wouldn't look so good on short nails, so I'm going to have to kind of rethink. But either way, whether I've got short nails or long nails, they are going to look nice, and it's always fun to have like a fresh set of nails. But I am just quite sad because the left hand just shows me what I could be looking at if I'd have just like not snapped these nails, and then the right hand is the harsh reality. But it is what it is, starting from scratch and growing them again, but gonna get my nails done, which is always nice, and then back home for a chilled afternoon of Christmas wrapping, maybe some cleaning and lots of reading. what, I would have given anything to have Rowan Atkinson gift wrapping all of my presents today like he did for Alan Rickman in Love Actually, because quite frankly, wrapping presents is such a pain. It takes so long. I think I must have started wrapping presents at about 2:30 this afternoon. It is now 5:10. I have been wrapping presents for over 2.5 hours. That is crazy, and I can't believe it took that long. I'm now surrounded by bags and bags and bags of presents, but I've done it all. I've wrapped every single gift that I'm going to be giving this Christmas, and that is a massive weight off my shoulders because now I can just enjoy the rest of the run up to Christmas without having anything else to do logistics wise. It's all done, it's all ready, good to go. I can't wait, but God, that was a painful process. Made it a little bit easier though by the fact that I was watching Miranda throughout the whole thing, which was a lot of fun. Haven't rewatched Miranda in quite a while, like years I would say, but I decided to put on one of the Christmas specials the other day, and then that just kick-started a desire to watch them all again, so that was a lot of fun. And now that I've finished wrapping presents, we've got the Great Australian Bake Off final episode on. I'm going to make dinner, watch the final, and then I do pinky promise I will be getting on with some reading. Usual, I'm finishing off the day with some snacks. So I've got a cup of Earl Grey tea, which I love. I have to say, I have somewhat abandoned the English Tea Company advent calendar. I've missed the last couple of days because I know that they're just repeats of flavours that I've already had. So I've kind of been replacing them with just cups of Earl Grey because I do miss my Earl Grey now that I've been drinking so many other flavours. Definitely will catch up on it at some point, but it feels slightly less important because I obviously know what the flavours are going to be. But that is besides the point, because another calendar that I have, which I don't know what flavours I'm going to get, is my jam advent calendar, and I couldn't finish today without opening the jam calendar. So today's one was strawberry with linden blossom, which is something I have never heard of ever. I've literally no idea what that is. Aside from that, I assume it must be some kind of flower, but any jam that is based on strawberry is something that I'm going to be a fan of because I love strawberry jam. So without further ado, let's give it a try. Not gonna lie, it does just taste like a strawberry jam. I'm not really getting any kind of flowery flavour, but like I say, I love strawberry jam, so no complaints from me. Now it is coming towards the end of Sunday, and Jay has a very early start at work tomorrow, which unfortunately means I'm getting dragged along for a 4 AM alarm. So probably going to be going to bed quite shortly, but I wanted to give you one final reading update of the Thursday Murder Club before I finish up this reading vlog. I am currently only just over 100 pages in, so I have quite a lot of the book left to go, but I'm very intrigued at this point to see where it heads. I'm really like invested in the concept of the novel, but I have to say I haven't yet fully warmed up to any of the characters. I'm like fully in support of what they're trying to do, and obviously, like I said earlier, I think it's really fun that you have this group of like unassuming old people who are then trying to like solve a murder case, and I love that as a concept. But none of the main characters have yet like won me over where I'm really invested in them specifically as an individual character rather than just as a plot in general. But I am still fairly close to the beginning of the book. I've got over 2/3 left to go, and I'm really excited to see where it goes, and I'm sure I will warm up to some of the characters by the end, because I'm comparing this book to things like Miss Marple, because obviously that is a detective novel where we have an older, unassuming female detective who people don't really think is going to know what's going on, and then she proves them wrong time and time again. And I don't think I particularly warmed up to Miss Marple immediately the first time I read one of her books, although I found the concept really interesting, and so I liked Miss Marple by the end, and now I've read a few of the Agatha Christie books focusing on Miss Marple and really like her. So I think potentially it's just the case of like having to warm up to them, and then by the end you'll like love them and the plot. But right now I love the plot but not so warm on the characters. So that's where I'm at with the book so far. It is Sunday night and I'm going to be heading to bed shortly, so I hope you've enjoyed Vlogmas numero 10 and I'll catch up with you tomorrow for number 11.